Good evening, folks. Happy Friday the 13th. Although I don't see what's really happy about this shit. It wasn't happy for me earlier today. And I don't know if it's over. I escaped the perils that I was dealing with earlier today. Made it home to my safe room where I'm here now, recording. So if you don't hear from me after this, it's because that bastard Mason, I don't want to get sued, but you know who I'm talking about, got me. He got me. If you don't hear from me again. But so far I've escaped him. You know, that son of a bitch. He's chasing me around and shit. All day. You know, the day started off just like any other day. Woke up, skim coating some more of the ceiling and shit, you know. Doing the things that I have to do. Remembered I don't have to cook today because I made a big ass pot of chili. Ate some too. It's delicious. Shredded some cheddar and Asiago, Gruyere on it. French fries. But that's not what I was coming here to talk to you about. I want to tell you about Mason. You know, I'm a superstitious guy. Not gonna lie to you. Friday the 13th, always builds anxiety up in me. You know, I don't want to have any bad luck or anything terrible happen. So I'm very careful to follow the rules of superstition when I am on that day. You know, I hadn't planned on leaving the house at all today. But when I did, I made sure that me and my sons didn't split any poles or step on any cracks, walk up under any ladders, shatter any mirrors of any kind. You know what I'm saying? That wasn't going to be a good thing to do on Friday the 13th. And I was real careful about this shit. I'm not lying to you. I was careful as fuck. Got to where we were going, got back home, no problems. Everything was just fine. Although the music would have you believe that something terrible was supposed to be going on at this particular point in time, that's not the case. The terror and the horror happened when we got back. Now, this is about, let's say, 12 o'clock in the afternoon. Me and the kids get back home. We do a Shots Chaos hot sauce review on some extremely hot sauces. Finished that up, played a little bit of video games, just chillaxing. Wife decides she's gonna take the kids out for a little while. I'm like, alright, I'm gonna stay here because I really don't feel like going back out right now. I'm just gonna land. So, they leave. And I'm relaxing, you know, playing some Phoenix Point. This goddamn level that I'm on is giving me the fucking business. It's giving me the business. Aliens are popping up from all over the fucking place. They're fucking killing me. I'm tired of it. Got frustrated. Threw the remote down. As soon as I did that, I heard a knock at the door. Just a constant knocking. I'm like, what, did one of the kids forget the fucking keys or some shit? So, you know, me, I get up and I go to the door to go see who it is. We have privacy glass on the front door. And you know what? Hold on a second, please. This music is just like, it's too much. It's too much. It's too much. There we go. Let's tone it down a little bit. That music was just like wow and crazy. Like somebody was getting stabbed to death and shit. Just a little too much for this particular point in the story. Now anyway, like I was saying before I had to switch the music up, and I'm sorry about that, folks. You know, I don't script these things. You know how I do. I just put on the music, get the mic ready, and I record. Now, as I was saying, I go to answer the door, right? You know what I'm saying? I can't see through it because, like I told you, we have privacy glass. You know, it's like it's privacy glass, so we can't see through it and people can't see in, which is kind of dumb. I should have got like a two-way mirror and shit so I could see out. Nobody else could see in. They'd just be seeing themselves. Anyway, So I'm like, who is it? Did you guys forget your keys? I go to open the door, and as I open the door, I realize something. The car is not out front, because I can at least see the shapes of things, right? You know what I'm saying? So I back up from the door real quick. Like, it's Friday the 13th. What scariness could be happening? I followed all the rules of superstition. Shouldn't be anything going on right now. Nothing at all. It should just be a regular plain old fucking day, right? As I start to back away from the door, something kicks it open. Poof! Shit swings, almost smacks me in the face. Just moved away just in time, right? You know what I'm saying? I'm looking at this big, tall, big dude. Fucking like, must have been about 6'5", maybe 7 feet tall. He's got an axe in his hand, right? Big dude, wearing a fucking mask. Not a hockey mask. No. Not a hockey mask. He's wearing a catcher's mask, like, you know, from baseball and shit. His face is all burnt up and shit, kind of like Freddy Krueger, but not like Freddy Krueger, but burnt up like Freddy Krueger, but not like Freddy Krueger, but burnt. You understand what I'm saying? Burnt. All burnt up. One eye's like melted closed and shit, the other eye's like kind of closed like this, but like you can see like a little bit of eye through it. It was nasty. It was nasty. And his mouth was like melted on one side, sealed together, so it was just a little bit of mouth open like this. It was like, I'm like, I can't understand the words you're saying, man. You have the wrong house. I don't know if you were out chopping wood or some shit for your fireplace and the fire jumped up in your face and shit, but I'll call 911 if you need help. But you're gonna have to back up out of my house real quick and let me do my thing, right? So I go to push him out. He raises the axe like he's about to, you know, put that shit in my head. So I'm like, hey, guy, calm down. I got my phone right here. I'm gonna call 911 for you. You look like you need some medical attention. You know what I'm saying? I pull out my phone. I get ready to dial 911 like I said I was going to. And he smacks the phone out of my hand and raises the axe, swings at me. Do like a little sidestep. Shit goes right past me. I'm like, oh shit, this motherfucker's trying to kill me. So I start running through my house. Run down to the back door. Out with the quickness. I don't have any shoes on. It's just my flip-flops. You know what I'm saying? And it's kind of cold outside. Actually, it's not kind of cold outside. It is cold outside. All I had was this hat, this little fucking hoodie here. I didn't have time to grab my coat and shoes. Outside running around. I go to my neighbor's house. Mr. Willie. This fucking big dude. An axe. Fucking face. Catcher's mask. Burnt up. Well, no. The catcher's mask isn't burnt up. His face is all burnt up. And he's wearing a catcher's mask. And Mr. Willie's like, oh my god. Thought we had seen the last of that guy. I'm like, the last of what guy? Mason. Mason? You mean Jason? No, Mason. He's worse than Jason. Much worse than Jason. He's Mason. I'm like, well, what the fuck? Did you see which way he went? I'm like, no. Not as far as I know. Shit, I just ran. I didn't look back. Just ran around the back side of the other house, through the fences and shit, and came around. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think he saw me. It was just then I heard a scream come from inside of Mr. Willie's house. Ah! Heard a couple of gunshots. Pow! Pow! Ah! Pow! Ah! Then I heard the blood curdle sound. Somebody gurgling on blood. It's like, oh no, Bonnie! Shit, no! Mr. Willie ran back inside. He never came back out. I heard what sounded like a thud. Then the sound of something wet, moist, splashing on the floor. I ran away from the door. I already knew what happened. Mason got him. He got him. He had to have gotten him. I ran back into my house because I knew he was in their house. So he wasn't in my house. I went back to my house, got my shoes, my coat, ran down the basement, locked myself in here for a little bit. I was figuring maybe he didn't see me. But you know how it goes in horror movies. There's no hiding. There's no hiding. For some strange reason, they have like horror movie GPS tags locked on you. So they always know where you are, even if they don't know where you are. You know what I mean? You know what I mean, right? Yeah, exactly. So, you know what I'm saying? I was running, came in here, locked myself in for a second. Then I thought, this is not the best place to be because there's no way out. You know what I'm saying? I'll be trapped in here. So I made my way back out of the house. Well, not out of the house altogether, but out of this room that I'm in right now. And plus, I didn't want him to come in here and start swinging around and fuck my computer up and fuck up my keyboard and microphone and lights and shit and tools. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna get my grinder. Yeah, fucking got my grinder just in case. You know, it was one of those nice angle grinders. Got it ready. Put a new blade on it just in case. Just in case. You know what I'm saying? Can't be too ready for motherfuckers that want to kill you and shit. And this dude looked like he probably could fuck me up real easy. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was a big guy. Big guy. You know? Big dude. Anyway. So I'm out in the main part of the basement, near the furnace and shit. I see footsteps. Well, not footsteps. I see feet and legs walk past towards the backyard. So I know he's outside. Go back upstairs, get a couple of knives and shit. I'm like, yeah, I got my grinder, some knives, just in case this guy really wants to get busy. I'm gonna fuck his ass up. My phone, I see it on the floor. Go to pick it up. It's smashed. God damn, can't call the cops. Fuck. You know, we don't have a house phone because why bother? There's like 4 cell phones in this house. But all the other ones were with the rest of the family who wasn't at home at the time. Like I told you, they went out. So, you know, I remembered I had the big pot of chili warming up on the stove. Yeah, that's right. It was warming up so I could eat it. Thinking to myself, if he comes through this back door, which he probably will since I left the shit open, I'm gonna splash him in the fucking face with this hot ass chili, right? Then I'm gonna stick this fucking angle grinder in his chest, start doing some open fucking heart surgery on this bitch. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Then I thought about it for a hot second. I was like, then what am I gonna eat tonight? Family's expecting delicious chili, so I can't do that. Can't do that. Now, I don't know if your oven heats up as fast as ours does, but I'm gonna tell you right now, pot of water boils in like 2 minutes. 2 minutes. And Mason, just like Jason, walks real slow. Like, he's in no hurry to kill me, you know. He's taking his fucking time. But no matter where I go, he seems to be able to pop up real quick, even though he's moving like this. I'll turn around and the motherfucker will be like 2 feet away from me when he was like 20 fucking yards from me. I don't understand how that happens, but like I said, fucking horror shit, you know, that's the way it is with horror shit, you know, you're not looking and some shit happens and it's fucking crazy. Anyway, right, so put the pot of water on. It's boiling hot. Yeah, good. Come on in, Mason, come in. So he comes through the back door, right, he sees me, I see him. He's looking at me. He grabs his axe with both hands, gets ready to hit me with one of those like log splitting chops. Raises the axe over his head, splash right in the face with the steaming, boiling hot water. Hits his face. He's making all types of noise out of the side of his mouth, the only side of his mouth that actually opens and shit. I'm laughing at him, but running at the same time. You know, he didn't fall or do exactly what it was I thought he was going to do. So the whole open heart surgery chest move with the angle grinder wasn't about to work. You know what I'm saying? So I ran back towards the front of the house, trying to stay on the first floor because at least I've got 2 entrances and some windows to jump out of if necessary. If I go upstairs, I'm going to jump out a window and then fall down. And, you know, as soon as I fall down, he'll be right fucking there and drag my ass somewhere and hack me to pieces with this fucking axe. I'm not trying to have that shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to have that shit. Anyway, so I'm in the middle room of the house. I'm thinking, he's got an axe, he's gonna start swinging shit. I don't want stuff fucked up and busted up in the house. Kids will come home, TV will be broken, the Xbox gone. That'll be more terrifying than dealing with Mason, dealing with 2 sons whose games don't work anymore. They'll probably tear me limb from limb and destroy me. So that's going through my mind as well, you know what I'm saying? As I'm fighting for my life. I see Mason get into the doorway between the kitchen and the middle room. Standing there with the axe. He's dragging it now. He's mad. I couldn't really tell by the look on his face because, like I told you, it was melted and burnt. But I'm going to assume, right, that he was mad because I threw a big-ass pot of boiling hot water right in his fucking face. If somebody did that shit to me after the initial shock of being burnt really badly, I'm going to be mad as fuck. I'm going to want some fucking revenge. I'm going to want some revenge. So I see him. I'm standing there. I got the angle grinder going. I'm like, come on, motherfucker. Come on. He starts walking over to me all slow and shit. I'm standing here waiting, look at my watch. I'm like, Jesus fucking Christ with this guy. Look back down at my watch. I look up. He's in my face. Pushes me really hard. I go flying backwards. Oh. Hit the ground, slide to the front door, which was still open, thank goodness. I roll over, roll down the stairs accidentally. I didn't mean to roll down the stairs. Trust me, that was not my plan. The stairs are concrete. They hurt. There's a few of them. So it was like... Hit the sidewalk. Got up. Fucking rib. Shit. He's at the doorway now. He's standing. He's looking at me. Through that one eye. It's kind of like melted clothes and shit. He's breathing. Heavy. Because I could see the... air. It's cold out. So, I can see it coming out of his nostrils. Looking like a fucking mad bull and shit. He's just staring at me. That one fucked up eye. Staring at me. I'm like, look, man, I don't know why you want to kill me and shit. I don't even know you. I don't know your story. You killed fucking Mr. Willie and his wife before I had a goddamn chance to even fucking hear what the whole story with you is. So, in fact, I'm not even from around here. I just got here. So, I can't possibly have anything to do with you from the past. Let's stop this, man. Please. He was hearing none of it. He was hearing none of it at all. He wasn't trying to allow me to live. It's when I seen a horror thing do some shit that horror things don't usually do. Especially, like Jason. Mason. Sorry, not Jason, Mason. Mason jumped, right? Raised the axe up as he was in the air. He came down. I rolled over just in time. The fucking axe landed right where my head was. Into the ground it went. Hard. I was like, damn. This motherfucker would have split my skull like a log. Shit. I start running down the street. Screaming like a bitch. Help me! Please! Oh God! Now, I don't live far from the police station at all. I don't live far. It's like 2 blocks. Police, fire, municipal, everything you need all in one nice little building, right? I'm like, I'm just gonna keep running. I'm just gonna keep running. I ran there, banging on the door. They're looking at me like I'm a fucking lunatic and shit. One of them points his gun at me. It's like, hey! Put the weapon down! Put the weapon down! I'm like, put the weapon down? What are you talking about? There's a guy with an axe. And he's the fucking grinder. Sorry. Threw it down on the ground. Listen, help me. Please, open the door. Open the door. He opens the door. He puts his gun back in his holster. He's like, what the fuck is your problem? What the fuck is your problem? Sit down. Shut up. And tell me what your problem is. I'm like, shit. Listen. Fucking guy. Big, like 6'5", big guy, melted face, baseball, catcher's mask on, axe, killed my neighbors, killed him. He's trying to kill me. He's chasing me, tried to split my fucking head with an axe. I don't know where he is. Last time I saw him, he was in front of my house. He walks slow, but for some strange reason, officer, like, if you're not looking at him, all of a sudden he's where you are. It's weird. It's really freaky. Cop's like, you sound like you've been smoking something. What have you been smoking? Hey, Jim. This guy sounds like he's been smoking something, doesn't he? Yeah, he does. I was like, wait. Mason. His name is Mason. Mason. Immediately, the cop's face changed. Mason? Did you say Mason? Jim, he said Mason. What? Mason? Now, this is a small town. You know, there's not a lot of cops here. There's not a lot of cops at all. So there's like 2, maybe 3 cops in there at the time when I went in there, right? They start locking up the fucking doors, right? Grabbing shotguns and AR-15s and shit. Loading up and get their vests on, you know, like fucking get in the cell. You'll be safe in there. I'm like, wait a minute, why are you locking me up? I don't want to be locked up and shit. Get in the cell. You'll be safe in there. Trust us when we tell you. So reluctantly, I get in the cell, but I grab my grinder. Because, you know, I'm not the threat. They believe me now. So I'm feeling somewhat safe. That was my biggest mistake right there. It's feeling like I was safe. These guys are fucking freaking out, right? And they've got guns. And I've just got a grinder. But they're freaking out, right? You know, one of them's like pushing shit up against the doors and stuff, barricading the fucking windows and shit. It's fucking crazy. Right? So Jim says to John, the other officer, who calls Rick, the other officer, and they're like, you take 2 o'clock, I've got 4 o'clock, and I'll get 12. Make sure all the doors are locked. Right? I'm in the cell now. I'm lamping. They didn't lock it, thank God. Thank God, but it was closed. You know what I'm saying? I'm not really feeling this. I'm thinking to myself, why don't they give me one of these guns and shit, and I can kind of help out. I'll feel better about that. But they were hearing none of that. They were like, no, we don't know who you are, buddy. Shit, you could be coming in here lying, but we're just taking precautions. If Mason really is here, oh, man, this is not good. This is not good. Thought we saw the last of that prick. As soon as he says that, all of a sudden, Mason's coming through the fucking back door. Don't ask me how. Please don't ask me how. I can't explain it. But he's coming through the back door of the fucking police station and shit. He's dragging the axe. They open fire. They're letting loose round after round. He's just taking them. He's taking them like a champ. I'm like, shoot him in the fucking face. Shoot him in the face. But for whatever strange reason, these guys are just like shooting them all up in the chest and shit. You know, no headshots. No headshots. I'm not feeling so safe anymore in this damn cell. You know what I'm saying? I'm not feeling safe at all. Not at all. I'm not feeling safe at all, people. I'm telling you. Once again, if I had anything to eat, there would be a mess in my shorts. Nasty, disgusting mess. Squishy. Stinky. Nasty. But thank God that didn't happen, you know what I'm saying? So I bust out the cell, swing the door open, run to the other side where he's not at. He swings his axe, chops one fucking cop's head clean off. Head goes rolling down the hallway and shit. It's fucking disgusting. Blood shoots out of the neck. His body's still standing there holding the gun shooting. And while it's shooting, it shoots Rick. So see, Jim, head got cut off. Gun shoots Rick. Rick, hits the ground. He's not dead though, but he's hurt. You know what I'm saying? He caught like 3 or 4 rounds to the chest. Now he's wearing a vest and all, so it didn't kill him immediately, but he wasn't gonna make it. And Mason made sure that he didn't make it because he walks over to him, picks up the axe over his head again, right? Now he's getting shot all up in the back by Jim. You know what I'm saying? Or was it John? No, John, because Jim's head got cut off. So John is shooting him in the back. Just lighting the back of him up. Hitting him in the back of the head and shit. I'm seeing like little bits of brain and matter come flying out the front of this dude. But he's not dropping. He's not dropping. He's standing over Rick now. Picks up the axe. He flips it around so that's the back flat side of the axe. You know what I'm saying? He starts smashing Rick's face in with it. Until it's just completely smashed in. And he's smacking the floor now. And little bits and pieces of Rick's head. John's still emptying round after round into his back. I'm like, get the shotgun, shoot him with the shotgun. Right, so he switches over to the shotgun. Fucking Mason lurches forward. Shoots another shot. You know, he's cocking back. He lets loose all 7 rounds of that fucking riot shotgun into fucking Mason's back. Mason falls over to one knee. I'm thinking, oh shit, they got him. They got him. Then he drops down, hits the floor. See all this blood coming out of him, right? I'm thinking, he's dead. Jesus. I see John going over to him. He's loading more rounds into the shotgun as he approaches Mason's body. Now, Mason's not breathing. At least I can't see that he is. I'm going to assume he's not. I mean, he's been shot literally about like 100 fucking times. And that's just with the AR-15s and shit. He just took 7 rounds, pretty much almost point blank range, in the fucking back. He should be dead. And that's what I'm thinking. He probably is dead. Maybe he was like jacked up on like meth and PCP and shit and just didn't feel it at the time. Right? Wrong. I was wrong. He wasn't dead. As John approached him, kicked to flip him over with his foot, Mason swung with a big knife he had somewhere on him. I don't know where it came from, but he had this knife. He cut John's fucking foot right off. John falls backwards. Oh, he's screaming and shit. He's shooting fucking over his own body. And he's laying back and he's shooting downward with the shotgun at Mason. Hits him a couple more times, but Mason's not stopping. He just goes over to him. He's like crawling on his hands and knees. Crawls on top of John. Brings up both hands like this. Just starts beating John in the chest until you hear it crack. John's flailing about and shit, wiggling. Dies right there on the floor. Blood's coming out of his mouth and shit. Then I see Mason grab his head like this, start pulling on it. I'm like, what the fuck is he doing? Rips it off. Then he goes and grabs Jim's head. So now he's got Jim's head and he's got John's head. And he's holding them by like your jaw, like this. Well, upside down. You know what I mean? And I'm like, what the fuck is he gonna do with those? What is he doing? He starts coming towards me again. I'm like, oh Jesus, no! He throws one of the heads at me, hits me right in the chest, poof, knocks me down. Oh shit! I'm looking around. There's an office and it has a window. So I scurry into the office. He throws the other head. It goes right through the window. Out the door. Well, out the window. I jump out the window after the head. Roll over. Still got my little grinder with me. You know what I'm saying? Not that it's gonna do anything because obviously fucking this dude can take multiple rounds of an assault rifle and shotgun. So what the hell is my little grinder gonna do? You know what I'm saying? So here I am again running. This time I don't know where to run. I have no idea where to run. He just fucking killed the 3 cops that were there. I don't have a phone. Can't call 911. I don't want to lead him to anybody else because it seems like everywhere I go, he fucking kills the people that are trying to help me. So I'm thinking to myself, there's a hole, right? Sewer system, drain pipe. It's like a sinkhole that collapsed not too far from where I live. So I head in that direction. I'm like, I'll get in the tunnel and then maybe I can escape if he doesn't see me, right? So that's what I do. I run, I get down in the hole, start running down this tunnel. I'm going uphill because I don't want to go downhill. So I went uphill and ran up. I'm in there. And when I'm in there, I can hear behind me the sound of something dragging metal across concrete. Way behind me though. So I was happy about that. But I wasn't happy that there was something in the pipe, obviously Mason, with his goddamn axe. Slowly walking. Slowly. Like he always does. This guy doesn't run. I'm telling you, he doesn't run. At least not when you're looking at him, right? He probably does when you're not looking at him because how else the fuck is he catching up to me and shit if he's not running? But I guess it wouldn't look cool if you saw like a horror guy running and shit, like chasing you down. No, they don't chase. They just... and catch you every single fucking time, right? Now, thank God I'm not clumsy and shit and just tripping over nothing and then can't get back up, because then that would really suck. I'm hauling ass down this tunnel. Boom. I see light at the end of it. I'm like, great. I'm about to get the fuck out of here. And then I'll lose him somewhere. Possibly. Hopefully, I will, right? So, I get to the light, go out. I'm in the open. Bam. I'm in downtown someplace. I don't know what town it is because I'm not 100% sure. Because I was underground, so I don't know where I'm at. I know where I'm at when I'm above ground, but underground I don't know. So I don't know where I was, but there was people and stuff, and there was a couple of shops. There was a pizza place, you know, a bar. So I run into the bar. Listen. There's Mason. He was in this tube. He was chasing me. He's way back, like a quarter mile up here. So I don't know, somebody tell me what I can do. I need help. He just killed like 3 cops, killed my next door neighbors. He's trying to kill me. They were like, you must have disturbed his resting place. I'm like, what resting place? I haven't been to a graveyard since I've been here. I didn't disturb any resting place. They're like, he wasn't buried in a graveyard. James, lock the door. Put the special chains on it. I'm gonna tell this guy what he's in for. I'm like, oh, fuck. So, I sit down at the bar. He offers me a drink. I say no. I'm sober. I don't drink. He's like, you're probably going to start after this, what I tell you. About 25 years ago, there's a guy named Mason James. He's a fucking piece of shit, this guy. Had a meth lab in his mom's trailer. He used to cook up some of the best shit in town. And one day, the people got sick and tired of it because, he was fucking getting their kids strung out on this shit. So one day they went there and they padlocked his shit closed while he was making a batch. Somebody broke a window and threw a match in there. BAM! Fucking explosion. Set him on fire. He was trying to get out. We all stood around waiting for him to try to get out. We had our shotguns and rifles ready. Just in case he came out. I'm like, yeah, what does that have to do with me disturbing wherever his resting place is? Let me fucking finish. Shit. Now, we're watching this asshole burn to death. Son of a bitch. Meth dealing piece of crap that he was. And finally he does burn to death. Now, of course, we couldn't have the cops finding his body. So we cut the lock off the damn thing and dragged his body out. Found a condemned house, put him in the basement, buried him, refinished the basement, and everything was just fucking fine. Like, still, I don't understand what that has to do with me disturbing his final resting place. Have you, been exploring any abandoned houses lately? A few weeks ago, I went to this house over in Sharon, about a couple blocks from where I live. Like through the woods and then another street back. 1275 Brewster, I think it was. Did you go in the basement? I was all over that house. Did you go in the basement? Yes, I went in the I just told you I was all over the fucking house. Yes, I went in the fucking basement. Did you bother the bowling ball bag? I took a bowling ball out of the bag and rolled it down there, just playing around and shit. You disturbed his resting place. What the fuck does a bowling ball bag and bowling ball have to do with a guy being buried in the basement after you guys burnt him to death for dealing meth to your kids? I'm not quite sure I see the connection there. He liked to bowl. That's was told to us by an old witch who lived next town over that we could bind his soul to this bowling ball so that he would be perpetually stuck in this place. But the bowling ball had to be kept in the bag, and the bag had to be kept in the basement where we buried him. It was not to be disturbed. That's why that house was condemned, damn it. There was nothing wrong with that house. Yeah, I was wondering that because I've been in the house before, and I was like, this house looks actually kind of nice. Why is it condemned? That's why it was condemned. We had the town's people condemn the house so that no one would enter. You saw it said uninhabitable, but you went in there anyway, didn't you? You jackass. You're such a jackass. I'm an urban exploring type dude from time to time. I didn't know that this guy was buried there. Like, what am I supposed to, like, come here and start asking people questions about? Hey, you guys haven't burned any meth heads to death while they were alive and shit, and then buried their fucking charred ass body in a basement of a fucking house and tied his soul to a bowling ball and bag that has to remain there. Is that the type of shit that somebody's supposed to fucking ask when they move somewhere? I don't think so, buddy. I don't think so. You guys are fucked up. So what the fuck? Why does he want to kill me? I mean, if anything, he should be coming after you fucking people and fucking y'all up for the shit that y'all did. I didn't even live here 25 fucking years ago. Knew nothing about this place. Doesn't matter. The only way he can be returned to where he has to be is to be set back on fire, dragged back to that house, buried in that basement once again, and binded back to the bowling ball. And only he who disturbs him can return him to his slumber. Now, obviously, I'm not feeling that last part at all. Not feeling it. I don't know nothing about, things of this nature. I hunt demons from time to time that are trying to kill me. But this type of thing, this type of supernatural shit, it's not something that's usually up my alley. Well, I'm not given a choice. They tell me what it is, then they ask me to leave. Like, you guys are really messed up. You're really messed up. Not for what you did to him, because I can kind of understand it, but you guys are just going to throw me out into the damn streets. He gave me a tank of gas. Well, 5-gallon container full of gas. I already had a lighter. He said, you know what you must do. I'm like, yeah, I know. Shit. Went outside. Stood there for a second. I look around. I don't see Mason anywhere. Keep looking. I look down at the gas can. I'm thinking of what I have to do. Got to get him to that house, burn him, bury him, bind him back to the bowling ball. In that order. So I made my way back to the house. Sitting in there, I'm making all types of noise and shit. Mason! Calling him, taunting him and shit, saying all types of fucked up shit. I hear some footsteps coming from upstairs to downstairs, dragging something behind. I'm like, yes, it's him. Thank goodness. This is about to be over. Over it will be. I splash some gas around in the basement and shit. You know what I'm saying? I hide under the steps so that he comes in and then I can make my way out, because unfortunately there's only one way in and one way out of this basement. I don't know why, but that's the way this basement was. It's just one way in and one way out. So he comes down the stairs. I can see him. He doesn't see me yet. He makes his way around behind me. I creep up, push over this log or wood, some kind of wood structure, and it hits him. He's pinned up against the wall for a hot second, right? Splash it with some gas, woof, set that shit right on fire. He's fucking wiggling around and shit, flailing, throws the axe down, screaming through his little hole in his mouth. I splashed some more gas on him. Flames are even higher now. Right? I'm thinking to myself, okay, he's on fire. He's on fire. And he's like burning, drops down to one knee, drops down to another knee, falls down on the ground. He just lays there. I splashed some more gas on him and keep burning him. You know, I'm like not, till I ran out of gas, I just kept splashing gas on him until there was no more gas left. And then he's not moving anymore, right? So I'm thinking to myself, all right, let's get to work. All right, I'm digging this fucking hole. Digging it. Not near him, though, because I don't want him to, like, wake up while I'm digging the hole and then, like, throw me in it. So I dig it, like, a good 5-10 feet away from him. Get the hole dug, drag his ass in, splash some more flammable shit that I found in the house, like paint thinner and paint stripper and shit, acetone, whatever the fuck it was. I don't know what it was, but it was flammable because it said flammable on the label. Splash that shit in there, set his ass on fire again, right? Make sure he's dead, or at least not able to come after me anymore. Cover him up with the dirt. Put the bowling ball back in the bag, put the bag on top of where I just dug. Walk away. Leave. Tired. Fucking all this running shit happened, craziness, you know what I'm saying? Cops dead, neighbors dead. I make my way back home. My wife and kids were back. They see me come in, I'm looking all disheveled and shit. Just like I've had a bad day. And of course there's blood on my shirt from when he threw that head and hit me in the chest with it. Kids and wife are like, what the hell happened? Well, they didn't say what the hell happened. They're like, Dad, what happened? She's like, what the hell happened? But they all said what the hell happened, basically, at the same time. I didn't want to scare them. So I just said, you know, I was doing something, shaving, cut myself. Blood, a lot of blood. Big cut, yeah, whatever. They didn't really believe it, but they didn't feel like questioning it. They know sometimes Dad's a little wacky in the brain and shit. So they were just like, fuck it, you know what, who cares? He's here, the house isn't destroyed or anything like that. So he must be fine, right? We all sit down, have a big pot of delicious chili. We eat, and it's great. But I can't help but feel like I didn't do it right. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I just put the bowling ball back in the bag and put the bag back on top of the grave that I buried him in after I burned him. But I didn't bind him to the bowling ball, per se. I mean, the guy never told me how I was supposed to do that, so it's not like I had any instructions or a spell to say to do it. So I'm a little worried. You know what I'm saying? I'm just waiting for this day to end so that I don't have to worry about this guy coming back, you know? Because I'm pretty sure he's not going to be happy when he does come back, if he comes back. If I didn't do it right, he'll be really out to kill me, worse than he was before. And all I did was just roll a bowling ball across the goddamn floor. This time I actually set his ass on fire. So he's not going to be happy about that. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't be happy about that. Nobody would be happy about that. That's something that most people would not be happy about, right? No, of course not. Why would you be? So here I sit, telling you a story of the things that I went through today. Hoping that nothing else goes wrong. And that I live to see another day. Thank you for joining me for another OmenG's Stupid Scary Story. Number 43. Mason. Friday the 13th.